Hello and welcome to Wild, Wise and Curious. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Lou, and we're really glad that you're here with us today.
You can listen to Wild, Wise and Curious wherever you get your podcasts.
And if you'd like to watch the conversation too, you can find us as a video podcast over on YouTube.
Let's get into today's conversation. Welcome to Wild, Wise and Curious for a second time, Emily. It's lovely to have you with us.
Thank you for having me again.
It's so funny because at the end of the last one we were so like, oh my gosh, we definitely need to have you back. And that was back in September, and that's when we were only doing audio as well. So things have changed a little bit for us since then. But yeah, so it did make me laugh. That I think you were one of the first people that we said we definitely need to do a second episode.
A return. So now we're returning. Returning.
Yeah.
So
and I don't usually dress in my full regalia for every podcast that I do, but today is Beltane, so you've got Beltane Emily, the Dandelion
you should dress
Bard.
like Beltane Emily every day. You look fabulous.
Yes, happy May the 1st.
Yes, happy May the 1st. So how are you? We've been following your journey on socials, and you have been doing a lot. You want to take us into a little
I have been doing a lot, and it's interesting because I actually feel like I've had a real slowdown, but to the outside world it doesn't look like that at all. And I think that I'm just really living in so much more alignment now, and because of that my energy levels are pretty high, and obviously this time of year as well, like the energy is rising anyway, and so I'm being invited to lots of things, and it's been a really busy time. But I feel like I really honoured my seasons for not for the first time, because I've been thinking about it for a few years, but this time around this turn of the wheel, since I last spoke to you around autumn equinox, has been I've really gone into kind of hermit mode throughout winter, and really, just kind of cocooned myself and been very creative. And yes, I've done a lot. I'm writing a second novel. Well, the first book wasn't a novel. This one is a novel, and that's just like, what? I never ever in a million years thought I was going to write a novel, like a mystical, shamanic musical adventure for children and inner children. And it's like, what? Where did that come from? But it's happening. I've written 3 chapters already, and I'm writing songs like pretty much daily, learning the ukulele, self-teaching myself the ukulele, singing in ceremonies and priestess training and all the stuff. OBOD, Order of Bards, Ovates and Druids. I've just stepped onto the path to becoming a bard. And so, I've got my own podcast, loads of stuff. And everybody always says, you're so busy all the time. And it's like, I suppose I am. But actually, I'm having a really, really beautiful time where I just get to kind of stay in my own lane for the first time, and not try to do things that are necessarily impressing anyone else other than my own heart and soul. So it's great.
So when we were last talking to you, Emily, you were just about to embark on your priestess training.
Yes.
So you're still doing that? Is that that's a long-term thing?
It's a 2-year spiral. Okay. So we're just about to come to the end of the first spiral, the first year, and I'm journeying with a circle. There's 9 of us, and then we have our guides. There's three priestesses that are kind of our guides throughout the process, and we meet at each turn of the wheel. We meet 3 times, and so much magic. And obviously I can't let you in on too many of the details because it's kind of part of my oath to kind of keep it in the circle, but it's such deep beautiful work, and really, really connecting with the land in such a deep way, and with each other. And having a circle of sisters is, it's fabulous, as you know. So I'm really, really, really enjoying that, and it's enabled me to feel at home in my own ancestral lands for the first time ever in my life, and I'm 46 this year, in a couple of months' time, and so that's quite incredible. Actually, I was kind of starting to wonder whether I would ever feel that way, and this really does have me feeling like I belong here. It's incredible. That's such a gift, really.
I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially because I think I remember you saying about when you first started with singing Mamas, that was the first time that you kind of sat in circle and you'd felt that magic. And I think that's certainly something that we felt, isn't it? It's
definitely.
from that moment, first moment that you sit in circle and think, oh my goodness, this is what my body needed.
And it feels like it's what your body needed and needs, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it feels so natural.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's really, I knew that was a special moment, because that was really the moment where everything started to, I say unravel or dismantle, or like I started to go into the mulch, which is what I talk about in my book, because I couldn't sit in that circle and I couldn't lie to myself or anybody else for anymore. And I had to get really real with myself about how I was really feeling, and be vulnerable in front of other people, in front of other women, which I'd never really allowed myself to do before. I'd never felt safe to do it before. And I suddenly felt safety around me. And that was really, really a big turning point for me. And it sort of it paved the way for all of this magic to happen. And of course, I now, looking back as well, realise that it was the start of perimenopause.
Yes.
That's what I was going through, and I didn't realise that at the time necessarily, like consciously aware of it. And yeah, lots of questioning of like, is this it? Like, not really knowing which direction to turn to, what to do next, and a big investigation of all sorts of, a big investigation of self started, and spirituality as well.
So would you say that perimenopause kind of became that catalyst, the kind of like rite of passage into doing all of that deeper work to kind of emerge as who you are now and your kind of most authentic self?
Yeah, and isn't it wonderful that we as women get this opportunity to do this, and so many women are waking up to this wonderment of this stage phase of life in this way. And yeah, of course, there's loads of shitty things that happen along with it, but there's always shitty things that we have to kind of embrace and work through and love through in life. And I'm only at the beginning of this journey, it's kind of like, buckle up. Aches and pains galore, and all sorts of, I had a frozen shoulder for 18 months. I've just started to come out the other side of that, and I'm absolutely certain that was hormonal.
Yes.
And but singing and circle time and just magical conversations with trees, like all of it is just, I'm feeling like I did when I was a child.
Yes.
And that is so magical. And so, remembering the inner child and honouring my inner child, and really going after dreams that I had shut down and told myself that I wasn't good enough, or I wasn't allowed to for whatever reason. It was too much. And now I'm like, this is what I'm here for. This is what I was put on this planet for at this time. So let's just freaking go for it, and do it my own way. And it feels so freeing, and I love it. And it comes with huge sacrifice as well. It comes with big sacrifices. It comes with sacrificing, certain things in life that you might get from really, really pushing yourself to kind of earn loads of money or whatever it is, right? I've realised that that's not my path. That's not my path. My path is to really be in my creative space and allow all of that whimsy to just fill me up, and I live from that place. And so if money comes as a result of that, living in alignment, then that's a huge bonus. And if it doesn't, do you know what? I've got everything I need. I'm good.
Yeah. It's tricky to navigate that one, isn't it?
Because we still have to live in this modern world.
Yeah, and like sort of still paying rent or mortgage and bills. And I know that that's what sort of, that gets to me sometimes, kind of working and studying the things that I really want to learn more about, and then doing what we do with the podcast, and then all the external stuff that kind of fills my cup. But it's still like, I have this massive feeling in my chest, and I know it's in my heart, and it feels all the way through me that I just need to get to the land. It's almost like I know what it looks like, I can picture it all, and I just want to be there in my little cabin on the land, looking after the animals and growing all my own veggies and all the rest of it. And at the moment, it's there, it will happen, but it's that kind of how do you kind of go from the money has to come in because the bills have to be paid, but you kind of want to trust and be able to go, actually, okay, I'm just going to trust that it's going to come in. But then the fear's still there of what if it doesn't come in, and what if I can't pay the mortgage, and what if I can't pay for dinner money for school, all those things. And you're kind of like, at some point, I want to be able to just go, I trust. And it's tricky.
I'm totally with you. I've got that very similar vision. It's been there probably since COVID days. That was when that dropped in, and it's remained. And I feel like we're just going to start realizing that we need to just like bubble up together again and like actually do it communally, because that's the way we're going to be able to do that, to have that dream. But actually, again, it's about, like you say, like trusting that inner vision and trusting that everything comes in divine timing. And there was almost this before doing the priestess training, particularly the priestess training, I felt as if there was an anxiety that kind of ran through my system almost on a daily basis around kind of wanting to get to the next thing, maybe a sense of running out of time. And what it's done for me is really brought me into present moment, and it's really allowed me to rest in knowing like I'm here right now, I'm good, I'm just savoring this moment, I'm not rushing, I don't need to kind of worry about the future too much, because it's all here right now, and it's in my vision. And who knows, like we just don't know. So there is and I don't really kind of know what I'm trying to say. That it feels profound for me. I'm not very good at verbalizing it, but I think you get what I'm saying, is that I am no longer worrying about how it's all going to manifest. I'm just taking the next step on my path and in loving every moment of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is taking those small steps, isn't it?
It is, it is.
And when you were talking, I was thinking about all the little ways that I'm trying to incorporate that into my normal life. So like getting the allotment, growing some food in the garden, taking the little steps that I can do in the life that I'm currently living.
Well,
in order for me to be more in alignment with what I feel my life should be like.
Yeah. And actually my husband said, and I think I've said this before to you, haven't I? He said, well, let's just, for now, while we are where we are, let's just practice. Let's just practice for when we are where we're going. So exactly as Lou's saying, you've got the raised beds growing, and you're kind of creating your home so that it feels like that space that's your sacred space and your safe space, and and that does also work, doesn't it? That sort of feeling of just feeling that contentment and safety, and books, read, like having your books and your music and all those sorts of things that really resonate. So
I think it's really important, and I love what you said, Lou, because actually bringing a little sort of slice of that vision and that dream into reality, into the material world, that's how magic works. Like that is the magic. I remember when I was it was around the time that I spoke to you last, and I had this vision for creating a bardic sharing circle, and for that to kind of grow and change, and who knows where it might end up in the future. But I was, that week when I had that vision, I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out, I'm going to find myself a beautiful stick, and I'm going to make myself a talking stick. I'm going to decorate it, and this is going to be my representation of the fact that it's already done.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's done. And I put so much love and care into it. And, you know, those circles are happening now, and people are starting to talk about it and spread the word. And it started like a tiny, tiny, tiny little seed. And this is what Adrian always reminds me. Adrian Rook, who's become a dear friend of mine. He didn't like it when he was called the Elder Druid, but he is the Elder Druid from where I am from. And very well respected and the most lovely man. And he said to me, from small acorns oak trees grow. And just holding that really close to your heart, and knowing that if you really, really want something, you know, just remember how big the oak tree grows from such a tiny, tiny seed. And yeah, just nurturing that.
But also taking the small steps to get there as well, bringing those small things in, and having the conversations, even just by sharing what you want to do with other people. It might ignite a conversation that then might help you get there. You know, like the manifestation kind of stage isn't just sitting there thinking about it and hoping it will happen. It is putting those little things in place, isn't it? And but having that kind of bigger vision as to what you see yourself being in this world, how
Yeah.
you get there.
Yeah.
Speaking your truth. And that's what's so important about it. And I talk about this a lot in my Dandelion story, about how starting to vocalize what it is I want to happen, and what, you know, because for so long I shut that part of myself down. I didn't say it out loud. I held it all inside, and it was like it was stuck in my body. The minute I started speaking it out, even if it was just the trees that were witnessing, you know, what I was saying, or I was just speaking it to my altar, whatever, there's magic, there's an alchemical process that happens when you actually get over that fear of sounding out what it is you want. I'm absolutely certain of it, because I've practiced it so many times now, where I've asked for things and those things have materialized. And sometimes you do have to kind of let that go. And I talk about this as well. This is why I love the metaphor of the dandelion and the spiritual kind of connection with the dandelion, because, you know, let it go, like almost forget it, set your intention, and then just let go of it. Because, you know, if you hold on to the expectation of it, you might be sorely disappointed. And then, like, for example, this is a full moon today, big, lovely, beautiful full flower moon, and it is a time of year where we can kind of take a moment to really appreciate kind of things that have come to fruition. And so many things have come to fruition, and things that I go, wow, that's something that I was thinking about like years ago. And it's like, I've done it, and I was for a long time thinking that was never going to happen, you know. So yeah, it's easy to get caught up in the what's the next thing, and just kind of busy. But taking those moments to just really pause and appreciate how far you've come, and to celebrate it with people. You know, the celebration is again part of the magic, because we're speaking to the universe all the time and going like, we want more of this, please.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's reflecting, isn't it? I mean, I do it. You know, every now and again, I'll sit and go, okay, I really wanted to do this, and then, you know, maybe 10 years ago, oh, that's kind of happening now. And when you kind of like look back, and I think to myself, you know, perhaps this last 15 years that I've been on such a journey, and it's kind of like you were saying, Emily, I've gone back to that childhood and the playful stuff, but also that kind of the knowing that there's more to this, there's the magic. And I knew that as a child, and I knew that in my late teens and early 20s. And then I started to work in corporate and going out and drinking. And then I met my husband, and then we had kids, and then there was the mortgage. And so things kind of steadied out a little bit. And then I feel now this, particularly the last 5 years, but my journey has been longer, that I've kind of been thinking more about, actually, let's lean into the things that make me happy. But the magic feels very much more there. It feels, you know, and obviously since we've been doing the podcast and we've kind of connected and stuff, we're like, just do it, just do the thing. If something comes up and we go, oh, that sounds a bit, yeah, sod it, let's just have a go. Let's just see what happens.
Because you never know where it's going to take you to a different
and that's it, isn't it? You don't know, like you were saying earlier, you don't know who you're going to meet, you don't know what the next experience is going to be, you don't know whether you're going to go and do something and go, oh my God, I'm never doing that again, or you're going to go, wow, I need to incorporate this into me.
Yeah, I feel like this time in my life, for many reasons, is really bringing so much richness into, yeah, just the experience of life. You know, like there's so many things that I can do if I want to, and I don't feel at all guilty about saying no if it's not for me. And that's another thing that comes with this age, isn't it? You start to kind of really appreciate that, you know, people pleasing isn't the way. and so yeah, it just feels really I feel empowered at this age, actually. And I'm looking forward to just, yeah, whatever life has in store, really. And it can be that, like, don't get me wrong, I'm a human being, and I get overwhelmed sometimes with knowing that there are potentially kind of scary things. I've got kids and they come home and they say, oh, you know, I've heard this at school and it's scary about what you might be on the news and things like that. And I feel like quite well positioned, really, to kind of settle the nervous system around it all. And I really look after and care for my own nervous system as best I can, so that I can do that for them. And I feel almost a duty to many people around that, which is why my next book, the one that I'm writing at the moment, when I connected with the energy of the book quite a few months ago now, which is a practice that we do at the Unbound Press, which is who I published the first book with. It was we do a meditation and connect with the energy of the book, and the first thing that the book wanted me to know was that there was to be no fear in this book.
Okay.
And it was like, that is so clear. And actually, writing a mystical adventure with absolutely no fear is quite tricky, actually.
It is. Yeah.
And so it's a challenge that I'm absolutely willing to take. And I feel like this is a future thinking book. It's like, this is where we're headed, guys. And we're not going to dwell on where we've come from. We're going to think very much about where we're going. And that's part of what I feel very called to bring through. I love looking at human design and gene keys. I think we talked a little bit about that last time. And my gene keys and my life's work gene key is all about new beginnings and expansion and new cycles. And I very much feel that we're coming into a big new cycle. I mean, anyone that's into astrology will know that that is actually what's happening right now. A new epoch for humanity, and one where we're all going to be living very much more from our heart space. And so I feel very called to kind of put my energy in that direction as much as I possibly can, through my songs, my stories, and then sharing my voice with the world, so that people can feel that frequency from me.
Absolutely. And it is a kind of new way of thinking, isn't it, to not put any fear into a fictional novel. I mean, I've written one. I haven't published it, but I gave it to a few people to read, and they were like, "Oh, there's not enough people die in this book, or there's not enough fights," and I'm like, because it's kind of a young adult fiction, and I'm like, but I don't get any joy from. I mean, if I sit and watch a film, I'm really not interested in seeing a fight. I'm more interested in feeling that there is like something that needs to be resolved. It's similar with the sex scenes, for example, in a film. I'm like, all I need to see is a look between two people that means they're connecting on a level. I don't need to see what happens afterwards. It's more about following a journey. So when you said that, it really resonated with me, because I don't feel that we necessarily need. We don't need the violence. There's enough violence. You can go and look for that somewhere else. There's enough fear peddling. I mean, we don't need it.
Yeah, and I think you've hit the nail there. And I don't know if I like that phrase. I don't know where that phrase came from. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly what you mean.
I'm definitely not hitting anybody. I want to bring. Yeah, exactly. So I feel that bringing that more into especially children's fiction. I don't know. It just felt really, really important to be like, this is where we're headed. This is what's possible. Let's really awaken the senses, the imagination to what is possible in the world. And that we are moving away from. I'm absolutely certain of it. We are moving away from fear. From fear-based, and there's so much of it, like you say, is being peddled on the news, and that's where they want us, so that, you know, we're all controlled and all of the rest of it. And yeah, again, we were talking before we press play about like conspiracy theories and things like that, and I have plenty of people that go like, get into the real world, Emily, get into the real world. And I'm like, I am in the real world. This is the world that I'm creating for myself, and you know, you want to get on the love bus, get on the love bus, you know.
We're on the love bus with you, Emily, I tell you.
Yeah. I know, and you know,
I love truck, yeah.
And there are so many, and I feel that there are so many people on it. And for a while there, it was like, oh, I don't want to live in an echo chamber. You know, I don't want it to just be like me totally disconnected from reality because I'm living in an echo chamber, because everybody that I communicate with feels the same. But essentially that's how it works, right? We're all reflecting back to each other. So the more people that come and get reflective with us, that's how we change the world. That is how we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Woohoo! I'm on that love train bus.
Yeah.
Choose your mode of transport.
Yeah, and I want to just bring, with that in mind, I want to talk about, are you guys going to be at Barefoot Festival in the summer?
I'm not, unfortunately. I'm not going to be there this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be somewhere else this year, so I won't be able to make it, unfortunately.
I'm hoping to get there. So are you going to be there, Emily?
I do plan to be there.
And
yes,
what are you
I
doing
do.
there?
I'm going to be facilitating another singing circle with chanting, but mainly chanting this time, chanting and drumming. And then I'm also going to be facilitating a kind of soundscape with the wisdom of the dandelions and some of the songs that I've written, and then a ritual for sharing our voice and healing our throat chakras, and moving more into our creative space. So I'm really looking forward to that. But the reason why I bring that up is because I remember there was a bus there last time.
Yes.
And I was thinking, I wonder if that bus is going to be there. But I also really that festival was part of my kind of initiation, I suppose, as a bard, because it was literally a few days before I went to that festival that I heard the call to becoming a bard, and I bought my first piece of clothing that kind of represented me being a bard. I have it here because I wore it this morning, and it's this beautiful purple, like, amazing jacket with
that
this
is
amazing
gorgeous.
hood.
This
And
is from barefoot.
yeah,
I knew you were going to
and
talk about it.
Well, I think, did you say that it was your first event on your own at Bath?
yeah, it was my first.
Yes,
It was my
yeah.
first. It was my first singing circle that I'd hosted on my own. So it was. I felt really nervous about that, and I was kind of. I don't know if you remember Bernard. Bernard was.
Yes.
Yeah, Bernard did the ceremonies
Yes.
at the festival, and I remember thinking I need to go to the opening ceremony, and I'm gonna introduce myself to Bernard. I felt really it felt really important that I meet Bernard, and he kind of took me under his wing a little bit. Like, I think we both kind of looked after each other a little bit, actually, and he gifted me a stone.
Oh, how lovely!
Whilst the wicker man was burning on the Saturday night, he came over to me and he gifted me a stone, which I've now got on my staff.
Wow.
Love that.
And it felt really important. Like, I don't know, I felt really looked after. I felt really kind of, yeah, honoured to kind of become his friend, really. And then it was only a week later that I got invited to go sing at Stanton Drew, and it was like really like a series of events that happened. And so I feel like Barefoot Festival's got a really special little place in my story, you know, around becoming a bard, you know, because I said it and then I literally a week later I became a bard. Like, it was yeah, it's just mad, really. And now to be actually kind of part of, you know, part of the order of bards, and kind of doing my training, my bardic training, and you know, actively sharing songs wherever I go, you know, like I just burst into song, and also to be writing what I consider to be kind of like, you know, a new myth or a new folklore, you know, that's why I feel my book is going, and I love that, and I just, yeah, it's like I said, I never ever dreamt that I would be doing this work, but I just trusted my path, and it's leading me in this direction, and it's
So
great. It's great to be
tell us
living
what
like
it
this.
means to you about being a bard, Emily, because it is such a like when you think of the word bard, you think of like olden times and very kind of
Like The Witcher, that
Yeah,
series where
kind
there's the
of.
bard who come on
Yeah,
and sings and
and
tells jokes.
it feels like quite a
Medieval.
yeah, quite an
Yeah.
old term, really.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
does that mean for you in what you're doing right now?
Well, at first, I did feel like it was a very kind of olden day kind of concept. And it was interesting because I was like, how am I going to make a career out of something that feels like it's about 500 years old and it doesn't really exist anymore? But it actually turns out that there are many bards, and we all are so obviously uniquely different in what we bring. And it's just stunning to be now living in this reality or this community of other bards who are all just so in touch with their creative self, you know, and that in itself is just wonderful, and it really kind of gives me energy and buoys me up and makes me feel like, yeah, this is something, you know, this is great. We need more of these. We need more bards. And then also at Barefoot Festival, I met another lady who writes stories for children. I can't remember that. Little Witchlings, I think she writes stories. Her name's Becky, I think. I can't remember her surname. But she came over to me because she already knew Bernard and we were chatting. And she came over to me and she said about me working with the dandelion, because it really was the dandelions that kind of woke me up. And that is a true story, that I have heard the dandelions talking to me and telling me that I needed to know that I needed to share my voice with the world, basically. And I talked about that on the last episode, and I've written a whole book about it called My Dandelion Story.
And I've just started reading it. But I've only literally just got into the first chapter, and it's already, yeah, you can feel the bubble of excitement and what is going to come, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to really delving in. But I thought yesterday I had like an hour after I'd finished something. I was like, oh, I'm going to grab Emily's book and have a look. So yeah, I will get in touch with you.
Yeah, lovely, thank you. So when I started writing this book, I didn't know that I was going to start writing songs. I knew that song was an important part of my life, and singing in circle was becoming really, really important part of my journey. And I wanted to share other people's songs. And by the time I'd finished writing the book, I had a whole album of songs written myself. So I was like, great, my own songs are going to go in the book. And I also got the opportunity to record that as an album, which you can go listen to on any streaming platform. It's 22 minutes and 9 tracks that are all in the book. And people have explained it to me like, they feel like it's a sound healing, like, and I'm just like, wow, like I was so blown away by that kind of response to my music, you know, and I'm literally just like, okay, I'm now gonna record an album of these songs that I've just written, you know, and why not? And there's been quite a lot of like imposter syndrome around that, you know, because it's like, who am I to think that I can do this? And it's like, but you know, who am I not to? You know, quite frankly, let's just go with it and see where it takes me. And obviously my songwriting ability is improving. I'm writing songs all of the time now. And I can really feel like this is going to be part of my journey moving forwards. And actually the songs are hugely important part of my story. And the lady that I met at Barefoot Festival said to me about Goddess Bridget. And at the time she said to me, oh, that was one of her guides, and she felt very connected to that goddess, and she felt that there was something in the dandelion connection because Bridget is the goddess of spring and the first flowers in spring, and dandelions are amongst those, and they're a really important part of that in nature. And so I was like, oh, there's something in that for me. And I didn't really go and really fully investigate it. And then obviously as part of my priestess training, that's one of the things that we do often, is kind of look into goddess stories. And so I bought a book on Bridget, and I had no idea that Goddess Bridget is the goddess of the bards. She was the original poet, the original bard. And so that then became really significant for me. I mean, she's an important goddess. I mean, she really did share her voice. She not only was a goddess, but she became a saint because she was that called to sharing her voice with the world. You know, like she translated through to Christianity in everything, and so she was still there sharing her wisdom, even whilst, you know, paganism was being shunted to the side. And so I felt like in that moment I was just like literally floored, you know, like, wow, this is so significant that she is the goddess of water, sacred water, healing, fire, like she brings it all. And
we like
poetry, story and song, and the bards. And I was just like, okay, so that's become a really important part of my connection to Goddess, and I can feel that I'm going to be working with Bridget for a while, and I probably have been for a really long time without being consciously aware of it. And so you know, when it comes to like the goddesses and the archetypes and all of that, you know, like I'm really starting to see how the energies, and they're moving through our reality and being expressed in different ways. And yeah, I'm definitely here to bring that energy as however I can, and I'm open to receiving help from others. I'm open to receiving all of the synchronicities, and like you say, the opportunities, one foot in front of the other, and being able to respond to whatever comes in, like being asked to sing in ceremony at Sant and Drew and share my songs. And so I'm writing a song for every turn of the wheel, and I'm taking the song to the ceremony, and all of those songs are also going to be in my book, along with many other songs that I write. So I'm just having fun. Just having lots of fun.
I love it, Emily.
I do too. It's amazing.
I'm really struck by remembering what you were saying on the first podcast, about how, you know, you were at a point at which you needed to bring some joy into your life, and you were like, I need to sing. So you joined Singing Mamas, and you were in circle, and then you were called to write the book, and then you're now writing another, and you're doing your bard work, and the singing has become such a massive part of your life. But it was just, I'm really like struck by, you were listening to your intuition, and look at where you've come in that relatively short amount of time, and how it's helping you live your authentic self. And what I'm sensing from you while you're talking is this sense of wonderment, you know, this childlike wonderment that is so beautiful to witness. And I'm absolutely in awe of your journey and how you've listened and where you are now. It's incredible.
Yeah, when I'm out in the woods, I really do just have that sense of like, this is exactly where I'm meant to be, you know? And it feels very childlike. It's like remembering of what, you know, what I used to love to do when I was a child, like playing in the woods all day long. And the fact that I now have found my way back to that, with not just on my own, but with a circle of women, you know, like, yay! It's just like so much fun. And I'm like, this is clearly what we're here for, right? To have this fun and to be with the trees, and yeah, just honoring our beautiful Mother Earth. And I feel like I should sing you guys a song, seeing as, you know, I'm a bard and it's Beltane, and I've just come back from ceremony.
That'd be beautifully, awesomely wonderful.
Yes. Oh, I feel like I just got a moment.
I do too.
So this is a song that I wrote specifically for the ceremony today, and it's called A Prayer for Beltane. And my partner came for the first time to the ceremony, and I asked him to record the song as I sang it, and he must have pressed the wrong button and it didn't record. So I feel like this is a chance to kind of get it out on Beltane and onto a recording somewhere. So thank you.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Emily.
Brilliant thinking too. I love it, Emily.
I know. Do you see what I did there?
Marvellous.
Alchemy, magic. It was just going to top me back up and make me feel like all is right with the world. Yeah, so this is called A Prayer for Beltane, and it goes like this. We welcome the sun with these fires burning. We welcome the flowers in bloom, all lovers yearning. We welcome the dance with this merry meeting. We call on the goddess, all drums are beating. We honor the moon and our water's blessings. We welcome the wisdom of nature's teaching, we welcome this song with peaceful intentions. We welcome compassion for all as creation.
Oh, I feel full to the top. That was absolutely beautiful.
Oh, we could have been in a beautiful field, you know, with the sunshine, blue sky. Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. Feels like a real gift today. Thank
Does
you.
help.
Thank you for letting me share it. I love to share my songs, and that was one thing that was really, really clear. It came through during the summer last year. It was just, I think it was during a full moon. I was doing some honouring of the full moon. I was journaling. I was spending some time at my altar, and the message came: share your songs and you will be supported. And so I'm just getting confirmation and evidence and of that as I walk my path, and as I continue to share my voice and overcome the self-doubt, overcome the imposter syndrome, overcome the fear, the anxiety, the nervousness around oh, are people going to like it, is it good enough, all of that is going. And one thing that somebody came and spoke to me today after the ceremony, and they said, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but what I love about when you share songs is that you let your voice crack. Because when you're trying to sing to over 100 people in circle, I really want to project my voice as much as possible. And when I sing some of those high notes, to project them, it goes really my voice breaks at the top. And he said, I just love that you do that, and that you don't worry about it sounding perfect, because it's so human and it's so real. And that was one of the things that I had to get over really, really quickly when I shared in circle. And on Yule, we had 500 people in the circle, and sharing a chant that I've written to 500 people in circle, it builds your confidence real quick. It really, really does. And knowing that my voice is going to go all over the place, is going to wobble, and it's okay. That is what we're here for. It's human, it's real, and it's connecting. And I think we've all been taught to believe that we've got to sound a certain way in order for to have permission to share. And I really love that I bring that permission for others to not be perfect, to not worry about that. And in my circles, when I'm sharing songs, I'm by the way, we're not here for any perfection. This is about connection. It's one of the mantras of singing mamas anyway, but it really is I'm probably going to be the one that messes up the most. So just so you know, that's what we're here for, and we'll probably have a good old giggle in the process. And I love that. It's so freeing.
Singing is such a wonderful thing to do, and we both love singing. But one of the things that I've never done is sang with other people, really, because I don't feel like I got the voice. But it's not about that, is it? It's about being able to express yourself regardless of how you sound, and and connect to something deep within.
Because it's a feeling, isn't it? It's a feeling. It's the emotions and feelings that just having that sound leaving your mouth, it just resonates, doesn't it?
It's so healing as well. The amount of people that have said to me about how healing it is. I mean, it's been healing for me to share my voice again. But when we sing in circle, we're not listening to one individual voice. We are tuning into the resonance that we create together and the harmony that's in that, even when we all have slightly different tone, or we might even be singing in a different key. And actually, it doesn't matter. It's not about that. It is literally the joy of singing together. And we were born to sing. We were born to do it. And there's so many health benefits, which they're as long as my arm. And I just love that this is the work that I'm being called to now, because it does feel very much like this was what I came for. And I'm so pleased that I've taken the courageous steps towards it. And I'm gaining confidence every day, and I'm far from perfect. I mean, I look at many people that hold circles and workshops and I think, whoa, that's something to aspire to, you know, it's something to aspire to. But then I also feel like I can really start to, you know, give myself props for what I have done over the past year and how far I've come, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're writing a second book, and you're out there in the communities doing the work. It's
Yeah. Yeah, look out for it when it comes. I'm hoping to publish it next year. It's called the Dandelion Chronicles. So.
Oh, okay. There's a running theme.
Absolutely.
No, I love that. I love that. And just keep overcoming everything, because what you're doing and what you're bringing is, do you know what? We started the podcast, I had a raging headache, and I have to say, it's gone.
Aww.
Yeah, so thank you. Thank you both. Thank you for this beautiful conversation, because I honestly feel that there was something there that just needed to work its way out. And yeah, don't know, I feel a lot lighter after this conversation.
Yeah.
So
Lovely. And go and listen to your body. Like I need to take that advice myself. It's been a very, very busy time. Beltane feels like a time that's going to be really high energy moving forwards, because there's lots of lovely events and I'm being called, you know, to do events, and I'm creating my own events as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hosting a bardic half-day retreat next week with wild sauna and songs around the fire and sound bath and yoga and all that good stuff, as well as being invited to share songs at lots of other people's events as well. And it's tiring, but there's part of me that goes, okay, it is tiring, but I genuinely want to be there. And so there's an acceptance of like, this is just going to be a busy, tiring time, and then I'll take some time to rest at some point really soon, and yeah, just roll in with it, really.
but the good thing about it is the things that you're like going to and leading and running, they're all things that are gonna, yes, you'll be tired just because of the doing, but the things that you're doing are things that are going to fill your heart up to the top.
Absolutely.
Quite a beautiful way. You're not having to like go and run corporate this and corporate that, and you know, do slideshows in an office room with no windows. The things that you're doing are bringing magic. So
I work for, I do have a couple of things that I work in order to earn money to live, because like we said, we have to do that. And one of them recently
is sitting in a windowless office.
Yeah, one of the guys recently said, could you send me your CV? And I went, I do not live in a world where I require a CV. No.
I love that. Do you think that would work for me?
So you either like me and want me, or you don't.
Yes.
End of. Yes. And I'm really, and in that moment I thought, right, this is it now. I really want to live by that, you know.
It's doing things differently. We keep talking about we need to do things differently. We feel the pull to do things differently, and that is doing things differently.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm not
Absolutely
a list of my previous experiences
of marks on a page of paper.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Oh, you are wonderful,
Emily. It's been an absolute joy again. Yes.
Part 3, I think. Same time next year.
Yeah, we'll see you later on.
And see you again.
Next time we're doing.
Yeah, hope to see you at Barefoot.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Who knows? Find out where you are, if there's anyone running anything that they want a bard to come and sing some songs, and I'll come and I'll bring some songs and we can hang out. That'd be great.
That sounds marvellous. That might be a thing we do.
Maybe we just organise it.
There we go. We can organise something.
Yay! Do it. I'll be there.
Used to get together.
Yeah.
And bring some other people along the way for the fun of it.
Yeah. Okay.
If anybody
let's do
involved, let us know.
Organise some group of people, and I'll bring the bardic fun, and we'll do it. That'd be great.
That sounds beautiful.
That's
I'm in.
Yeah, we're in. We'll organise that then, Emily. We'll get in touch with you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you ever so much. It's been
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Sharing your time with us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
much love.
Take care. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, feel free to email us at info@wildwiseandcurious.com or reach out on our socials at wild_wise_and_curious. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Stay curious and we'll see you next time.